This thing is on.
Happy New Year! SportsCenter's on. World Junior Championship. The Canadians, they've dominated in their first 3 games, but now they face the Americans. A bye to the semifinals on the line. 2 minutes in, Stéphane Delarovere storms in there and scores. Crowd loving it. 1-0 Canada. Minute and a half later, though, U.S. power play. Philip McRae beats Jake Allen. A very quick response from the USA. We're tied up at 1 after 1. Second frame, Nazem Kadri. He gets hooked, so the Canadians go on the power play, and it's not good.
Taken away. And Tyler Johnson gets there for the U.S. Sends it ahead for Schrader. Short-handed. Jordan Schrader in alone. Schrader is scored!
And that is the first time the Canadians have trailed in this tournament. United States up 2-1. 4 minutes later, though, an answer.
And now Scandella with it. Now Scandella ahead for Braden Shan. In comes Shan. Sends it across.
The kid's electric. Everly makes it 2-2. What a flair for the dramatic there. Minutes later, Ryan Ellis. This was the story in the hockey game. Turns the puck over. Chris Kreider in, hauled down by Colton Tubert. We got a penalty shot. It's Kreider on Allen. Fires wide. As the Canadians dodge a big-time bullet. But a minute later, Jared Cowan, he turns it over, and here comes Kyle Palmieri. Fires, backhand, off the bar. Puck comes to McRae. Allen this time keeps it out. The Canadians barely hanging on here. They do catch a break when Delarovere draws a tripping penalty. However, then this happens.
He's got Johnson with him. Has a look at the clock. Domingo works in. Shoots. Who's taking that? They score! Tyler Johnson on the rebound. Another short-handed goal, and the U.S. is ahead 3-2.
And another shocker in Saskatchewan. Off to 3, about a minute in. Pietrangelo can't get a stick on the loose puck. Danny Crisco in. What a move on Allen. Can you believe this? The Americans, they have a 2-goal lead in this one. 5 minutes later, puck bounces out to Cristo, and he puts it off the post. The rebound not happening for the United States. They were so close to a 3-goal lead.
Gordon, if Canada comes back and overcomes this 2-goal deficit, this will be the TSN turning point.
A history lesson for you, little flashback. Last New Year's Eve, the Americans, they had a 3-goal lead, but led by John Tavares, the Canadians stormed back. They won a thriller, arguably the greatest World Junior game ever. So can the Canadians find a little magic once again? 10 to go. Brandon McMillan's point shot tipped in by Everly. Second of the night, Canada has new life. It's a 4-3 game. Then 5 minutes ago, Everly takes a high-sticking penalty, and you won't believe what happens next.
Closing in on John Carlson, who plays it out. Now Pietrangelo steals. In comes Pietrangelo. Short-handed. Scores!
What a shot. Pietrangelo ties it up at 4. He took that upstairs in a hurry. What a game. Just over 2 to go. Puck comes back to Travis Hamonic, and it's hammer time. Scores. Canada now leads 5-4. Or do they? Braden Shen gets knocked into Campbell. The whistle blows just before the puck goes in. It was real close. Regardless, the refs wave it off. We're still tied, and we need some extra time. What a thriller. Less than a minute left in the extra frame. Everly again, come on. Not the hat trick. He was the hero last year. It's not going to happen here. Shootout needed.
Canada will go first. It'll be Jordan Everly against Jack Campbell. And away comes Everly as the shootout begins. Jordan Everly. And Everly does a Lambeau leap into the Canadian bench. Canada leads the shootout 1-0. Cristo from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. In comes Cristo. Scores!
That's a response.
And now Nazem Kadri works his way in. In comes Kadri. Jeremy Morin will shoot next for the U.S. Morin in on Allen. Wade scores! The shooters are 4 for 4 so far. Now Brandon Kozin for Canada. In comes Kozin. Canada can win it if Jake Allen can make the stop on Jordan Schrader. Schrader, waits,
What an exciting finish. One of the best games I've ever seen when it comes to the World Juniors. They come on back and they take it in front of a wild crowd in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. So the Americans, they go on to the quarters. Team Canada booked their trip to the semis in an outstanding game. Eberle now has 11 career goals for Canada at the World Juniors. It ties him for 4th all-time on the Canadian list, just 2 shy of the record held by young John Tavares. Canada has won 6 straight against the USA at the World Juniors. They last lost to them in that 2004 final, and there were scars and smiles to prove it.
Speechless right now. It's a big character win. Those guys in their room, I think, really brings out the best in us when we play the Americans. And I think every time they get up, we seem to claw our way back. And I don't know how we do it, but we do it. And I think it's a great sign for our team.
Kind of hard to explain. It wasn't our strongest game, I don't think. I think everybody's going to agree with that. But good teams find a way to win. That's what we did tonight. We just kept battling. You know, it's in our blood. And, you know, it really is unbelievable to have that happen to us again.
It was a great job from the guys. You know, showed some character and some class. And you know, we went down 4-2 in the 3rd period, and obviously that was a little deflating, but, you know, guys picked each other up. You know, the fans supported us, and next thing you know, it was a tie game.
Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to Sports Center. Kate Burness alongside Brian Mudryk. Another New Year's Eve, another phenomenal game between Canada and the U.S. Can these games really get any better?
That was wild.
It was crazy.
It was unreal. You know, the United States, you got to feel sorry for those guys. They've only won 1 gold medal at this tournament back in 2004. Canada now clutch in shootouts. They are 4-0 all-time in the World Juniors, and they're off to the semis. With much more, we send it back to Saskatchewan. Here's James Duthie.
All right, Bob McKenzie alongside. We talked earlier this week about changing the format of this tournament. I have a new suggestion. They change it so Canada and the U.S. play every New Year's Eve. I don't care what group they're in. These have just been absolute classics. Jordan Eberle, he didn't have perhaps that classic YouTube moment that was the last-second goal against Russia, but the performance in this game was every bit as good.
You don't want to oversimplify an entire hockey game that ultimately ends up going into a shootout to be decided, but Jordan Eberle took Team Canada out of a world of hurt. Now, he did it in the 2nd period. The team was really lagging. They weren't getting anything going, and that line with Braden Shen, Jordan Eberle, and Brandon McMillan really stepped up. Great pass, and then it was all about Eberle in the 3rd period. I mean, this goal that he scored, that's a backhand deflection. That was not some sort of accident. And then ice water running through the veins, as he did last year in the shootout, he scores. And you're right, James, it wasn't the final second dramatics that it was against Russia. Rub your eyes and say, I can't believe he's actually doing this. And in fact, this thing could have ended before it not even got to the shootout because of Jordan Eberle. I mean, the plays that Jordan Eberle made in the 3rd period, the disallowed goal, Eberle on the wall, what an amazing play to come off the wall, dipsy doodle, get the puck, allow Braden Shen, goes over the goaltender. A lot of people thought that goal should have counted. It didn't. And then almost in overtime, dying seconds of overtime, Eberle has a chance to win it again. I mean, everything about this game revolved around Jordan Eberle from a positive viewpoint for Team Canada.
Well, it's the modern-day shootout hat trick. 2 goals and then another goal in the shootout, which is exactly what he did against the Russians in the semifinal. By the way, there's not fireworks going off in Saskatoon. Everybody's popping their thunder sticks, but the sounds are appropriate on New Year's Eve. Okay, that was the beautiful from Eberle, and now the ugly. The reason Canada was in such trouble in the 3rd was they were a giveaway machine for 2 periods of play.
They had 2 major problems in this hockey game. Number 1, they really had a difficult time coping with the speed of the Americans. Number 2 were the turnovers. Willie Desjardins has all sorts of leverage to try and get his team to play much better and get ready for the semifinals. But here's an example. Alex Pietrangelo just got beat to a puck and really had a tough time coming up the ice. Too little, too late for Pietrangelo on that one. Turnovers in the neutral zone. Tubert gets schooled by Kreider because of the speed. And again, more speed in the neutral zone. Pietrangelo gets wheeled by this very speedy U.S. forward. That was a tough going for Pietrangelo. And then again here, giveaways, turnovers at the blue line, breakaways, shorthanded goals, turnover after turnover after turnover. Ryan Ellis was a giveaway machine in this game, and that's unusual for him. Jared Cowan gave away the puck on the blue line, and if not for Jake Allen, that one's in the back of the net. The turnovers were just absolutely ferocious for Team Canada in this hockey game. They've got so much video to work on to get ready for the semifinals because the speed and the turnovers were a critical factor that could have been a disaster for Team Canada on this night.
I am just amazed at how Canada continually pulls rabbits out of hats. If you look at this 5 gold medal streak, and then this year, there are so many times, a half dozen times, that it could have gone easily the other way, and I can't imagine what they're saying in the U.S. dressing room of